The Adventures of Tennessee James is scheduled to be published in 2023 by Variable Outcomes. It is designed by Matthew Killeen and illustrated by Jackson Gee. As some of you may know, I no longer review board games that are being crowdfunded. One reason is the schedule. School and delayed shipping to Canada means tight deadlines. Another is that many games aren't finished when the campaign starts, meaning my reviews might no longer apply when it hits retail. Because this game is basically finished, I felt comfortable in accepting the prototype from Variable Outcomes. 2 to 4 archaeologists visit dangerous sites with their expedition teams, navigate traps, and collect as much treasure as possible. The board is seeded with random trap and treasure tiles, and standees are placed at the entranceway. Players start with a hand of 5 cards, plus their tableau of their character card and 3 team members. On your turn, spend actions granted by your character and team members. Actions allow you to draw a card or move one space. The deck contains special cards, modifiers, and actions, each indicated by a colored banner. Specials have text to explain the rules. Modifiers boost the strength of a played action card or increase the trap's difficulty. Actions overcome traps or attack opponents. Cards are free to play. Flip over face-down tiles as you move, collecting treasures as you go. You must attempt to disarm or defeat a trap in order to proceed. Play an action plus modifiers to meet or exceed the trap's value. Unfortunately, your opponents can sabotage traps to make them harder. You might have played a shotgun to defeat a snake, but your opponent says to blast alert a squad of fascist soldiers. You'll have to defeat them now as well. If you defeat a trap, take the tile for your collection. If you fail, lose a team member. Now you have 1 fewer action on future turns. Archaeologists on the same tile can work together to defeat traps. They can also fight. Like with traps, play an action card plus modifiers. The higher total wins, and the winner steals a random treasure as a reward. Play continues until 10 treasure points are collected. Whether it's due to age or mystical forces, the site begins to collapse. Add a rubble tile on the space that triggered the collapse. After each turn, add rubble to adjacent rubble. If rubble lands on a player, they must discard a member of their team. If a site is filled, archaeologists that fail to escape lose the game. Otherwise, an archaeologist can leave the site at any time but cannot head back inside. At the end, only surviving archaeologists matter. Your score is your treasure points plus 1 extra for the archaeologists who defeated the most traps. To break it down, explore sites, defeat traps, slow your opponents, and collect the most treasure. That's the Adventures of Tennessee James. Our games of the Adventures of Tennessee James have averaged about 40 minutes, including setup and takedown. The map size and collapse mechanism mean it'll rarely last longer, but can certainly end sooner. The central board is your standard Monopoly-sized one. Players need an area the size of a paper towel. A square table is best, but it's fine on our rectangular one. Give yourselves 3 by 3 feet to be comfortable. The 4-player game is pure chaos, even though length stays the same. It's another person tossing sticks of dynamite left and right, another person triggering that collapse, and another person to rob. If there is strong radar and good enough at ranking options so that they're not always left sealed inside the temple, I think experienced 7-year-old gamers could at least try this with a partner. The designer taught us the Adventures of Tennessee James at Falcon 35. The Golden Book came out quickly, but it took us a while after that before triggering the collapse. Thanks to a cleared central path, Dad found a quick path to Mom in order to rob her. I forget who triggered the cave-in, but we all rushed to escape. Matthew pushed his luck a little too far, and, well, may his legend live forever. Anyhow, me and Dad tossed dynamite at the entrance to slow down Mom. When it was obvious that she was going to escape, Dad robbed her again to take her final treasures. Jackson Gee's incredible art brings you right into the Adventures of Tennessee James' theme. The heroes, treasures, and entire production captures the Indiana Jones feel. One note, we narrate everything when playing. Based on the cards, we tell a story, so the modifications and escape all make sense. If your group isn't into that sort of thing, the theme still works, but the game won't be as immersive. Some of the cards have a lot of text, and we did mention to Matthew about using icons instead of always having words. In our prototype, the word action referred to 2 different things. It's all playable, but a bit of polish here can make things flow very smoothly. We do hope this changes in the final version. Turns are very quick unless you have a parade of helpers exploring alongside you, as we have in some of our games. Matthew has talked about placing a limit on companions, so this could be improved in the finished version. Thanks to the action points, the only other thing that can slow things down before your next turn is if everyone else is robbing one another. Don't like sticking it to one another? The game works fine without it. There are plans for a handful of modular rules, including advanced traps and variable player powers, so you can play the way you want. The board we used was a rolled-up poster, and the rulebook didn't even fit in the box, yet we were able to bring it along with a casserole on Thanksgiving. Add approachable rules and intuitive gameplay, and if something even non-gamers like Grandma were still able to play. The luck level is high and there isn't a lot of strategy, but decisions must be made throughout, knowing when to walk away from traps or fight with another player, deciding whether to make things harder for others versus save your cards. Because cards can be discarded to move an extra space, holding back could be the difference between making it out alive or being trapped forever. Thanks to the random setup and cards, replayability is high, although variable player powers would encourage players to try all the explorers. I also think that if the campaigns offer modular challenges, the game will hit the table more often. I think of something like Arkham Horror the card game. The setup means certain locations may not appear. Here, not knowing if the mummy lurks in the temple or if the golden book it seeks is still inside would add a bit of excitement. Speaking of excitement, the collapse mechanism is so simple yet works perfectly. Each turn is increasingly dangerous, but if you manage to find another treasure and escape through another exit before it's buried, you feel like a hero. I like that if rubble falls on you, you lose a team member or companion. It's another sign saying, are you sure we shouldn't run for the exit? The way different maps affect collapses is also cool. The Adventures of Tennessee James is an adventure movie in a box, giving you memorable moments and lots of laughs in well under an hour. I enjoyed exploring, managing my cards, and making decisions ranging from pushing my luck to the last possible turn to heading in, collecting a few things, and quickly heading out. Not without chucking a dynamite or two to make things harder for my family, of course. I've said a lot of good things, but is it perfect? No. It needs more depth to engage serious gamers long term, and it needs a bit of polish in order to not confuse less experienced people. As it stands, this is already good. It has the chance to be great. Either way, I enjoyed every one of my 6 plays of this and look forward to the finished version.